Did you know that a global pandemic almost canceled the spirit of Woodstock before Woodstock even happened? It's a story that's rarely told, but it changed the course of music history, and maybe even the way we gather together today. The 1968 Hong Kong flu swept across the world, and for a moment in time, the dreams of a Woodstock II were put on ice. The world watched as the virus spread from city to city, leaving uncertainty and fear in its wake. Let's roll back to the late 1960s. It was a time of revolution, of hope, and of a generation determined to make its mark. The world was buzzing with change, music festivals, protests, and a sense of freedom. Young people were coming together in record numbers, united by music, ideals, and a desire for peace. But then, out of nowhere, a deadly flu virus hopped continents, hitting cities hard, including right here in the United States. Suddenly, the energy of the era collided with a new, invisible threat. This wasn't just any flu. It was a new strain, one that doctors and scientists were scrambling to understand. The Hong Kong flu, or H3N2, killed over 1 million people worldwide. Hospitals filled up fast, and the world realized just how quickly a virus could change everything. Hospitals overflowed, schools and theaters shut their doors. Folks everywhere were told to keep their distance. Sound familiar? The world was forced to pause, and daily life was upended in ways that felt both surreal and frightening. Now, let's talk about Woodstock II. The original Woodstock in 1969 had become a symbol of unity and hope, and organizers wanted to recapture that magic. After the legendary festival in '69, organizers wanted to make lightning strike twice. Plans were drawn up, bands were lining up, and crowds were ready to flood in. The excitement was electric. Everyone wanted to be part of the next big moment in music history. But the flu had other plans. The threat of mass infection loomed over every gathering, and the dream of another Woodstock began to slip away. As infection rates spiked, local officials got nervous. They faced mounting pressure to protect public health, even if it meant disappointing thousands. Big crowds meant big risk. The idea of tens of thousands packed together suddenly seemed dangerous, not just exhilarating. Permits were delayed, and artists started backing out. Even the most die-hard fans started second-guessing if peace, love, and music were worth the gamble. The uncertainty was everywhere. No one wanted to be responsible for a new wave of illness. Behind the scenes, debates raged. Could they do it safely? Could they find a way to keep the music alive without putting lives at risk? Could they wait it out? Or would the moment pass them by forever? In the end, the risk was too high, and Woodstock II faded before it could even begin. The fields that should have echoed with music and laughter stayed silent. But here's what's wild. The 1968 Hong Kong flu didn't just halt a festival, it shaped a generation. It forced people to rethink what it meant to come together and how fragile those moments could be. It taught organizers and governments just how vulnerable we all were to a virus. The lessons learned would echo for decades, influencing how we plan and protect big events. From then on, every big event, sporting or musical, had to think, what if a virus strikes again? Safety plans, health checks, and contingency strategies became part of the new normal. And that's a lesson we're still learning today. The echoes of 1968 ripple through every festival, every concert, every packed stadium. The echoes of that pandemic show up every time we gather in big crowds, every time headlines mention a new outbreak. We're reminded that history has a way of repeating itself, and that the choices we make matter. So next time you see a massive festival or a packed stadium, remember, there was a time, not so long ago, when none of it was possible, all because of a microscopic invader that brought the music to a standstill. The world changed, and we're still feeling those changes today. If you want more untold stories from history that still shape our world, hit that subscribe button and stick around.